The penny arcs out, 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 and then vanishes into the inky black waves that crash and unfurl against the coarse strip of beach. The Gulf of Thailand might be bigger, more dramatic than any wishing well, but it swallows my desperate hope just as thoroughly, just as uselessly. I march across the wet sand in my white canvas sneakers, trying to convince myself not to count my steps. Taking my shoes off is out of the question. My bare feet haven't touched any kind of ground in 4 years. It's okay. It will be okay. It has to be okay. If I tell myself enough times, maybe I'll actually believe it. Even though my longtime therapist has failed to convince me otherwise, even if the hollow in my chest proves that there are some things that will never be okay, no matter how much effort we pour into living for the moment or creating lasting memories. I leave the beach and trudge up the steps to our private villa, pausing to wash my feet in a basin of water. I laboriously dry every inch of my feet, and then trade in my sneakers for a pair of satiny house slippers. When I walk inside, Mama's sitting on the white and green striped couch. "Ah, so Alea lives," she sings out. "I was beginning to think you were trying to steal my thunder, young lady. Not fair when I had to suffer 3 rounds of chemo to get this close to dying." "That's not funny, Mama." And it's not. But I'm just as guilty as Papa. Just as guilty as the grief counselors because I force my lips up anyway. This is Mama's last trip. Her final wish. A vacation with her family in Koh Samui, where she was born, while she's still healthy enough to enjoy it. And damn it, she will enjoy it. If it's the last thing I do, I will make Mama smile 121 times on this trip. Her face catches the glow of the recessed lights. Her skin is still smooth, with only a few lines around her tapered eyes to reveal her age. With only a pallor to her light brown skin that betrays her illness. A Thai silk scarf is tied around her head. After her surgery, Papa bought a dozen scarves from her favorite silk house, each one brighter and more cheerful than the last. It's as though he can keep Mama alive by the brilliance of those colors alone. Mama flicks the peacock feather ends out of her face as I sit down on the other end of the couch. "Maybe I don't want to be wise and appropriate all the time. Did you ever think of that?" My heart twinges. Already, our family, neighbors, and friends talk about Mama in the hallowed tones of the dead, celebrating every award she's ever won, tallying the patients she's saved, putting her on a pedestal on which only the deceased can balance.